How you doing, guys? If you are a runner and you're continuously hurting your calf or pulling your calf, then this video is going to be for you. So when we're looking at runners that come into us with calf pain, they generally seem to get it, and once they start to increase their distance, it will come out of nowhere. They'll feel absolutely fine. Then all of a sudden, bang, it seems like a sniper's after shooting you in a calf muscle. So in order to understand this, you have to look at what the calf does. Now, the calf is a complex with two muscles called your soleus and your gastroc. Your soleus has kind of like slow twitch type 1 fibers, which absorbs your body weight as your foot lands on the ground, and then your gastroc will then propel yourself forward, so point the foot down towards the ground, which makes you run a little bit faster. Now, depending on what speed you're running at will dictate which muscle pattern or which muscle you're using the most. Generally, for marathon runners that are running like above 4 minutes to 5 minutes to 6 minutes a kilometre, they're generally using soleus, and then the faster runners below 4 minutes a kilometre are using gastroc. So that's the mechanics of how your foot works and the muscles when the foot is landing on the ground. Next, you got to consider is what biomechanical influences is happening. So when you're landing on the ground, are you recruiting other muscles around the area like your glutes, your hamstrings and your quads to be able to absorb that force and dissipate it a little bit more even up your body? If you've got massive calves and your calf is doing all the work, it's going to get more fatigued. Our job as physios is to identify, number one, what way you're running, and number two, what way we can change it over time to help that calf not do as much work. So in other words, just recruit the other muscles around it. And then lastly, you've got to look at your training load. How quickly have you increased that distance over 4 weeks? So have you gone from running 2K at the start of the month to running 12K 3 times a week at the end of the month? That would be considered a big jump in distance. Your body needs time to get used to the road running. That does take about 4 to 6 weeks to build up. But what actually happens faster is that your cardiorespiratory system works or adapts faster. So you're running along, you're doing your training, your lungs feel fine, you feel like you can go harder, but then your body is pulling you back because your legs just don't have it in it. So then that's the third factor that we'd have to consider is the load. So once we put all of these together and we do an assessment and see which one of these we're going to target, or if we need to target all of them to try and help that calf stop pulling or tightening, is what we'll do in the clinic. Now, typical things that most physios will do, they'll try strengthen the calf. The other ones, the more experienced ones, will probably start to target hips and hamstrings, and other people will try to look at maybe foot strength and seeing how your foot is actually hitting the ground. There's loads of different ways to bake a cake, and there's loads of different ways that you can kind of resolve somebody's pain. It's just the way that you clinically reason them and how you put all that together. So yeah, look, at calf pain is annoying. You rest it, you feel everything's fine, then you go back doing the same things over again. It's generally not a capacity issue, so the calf is able to work. Just the problem is it's working too much or it's not getting enough rest in between runs. Hope that helps. It gives a little bit more explanation about what we can do with calf pain when runners come into us. But it's about looking at the bigger picture, looking at everything and trying to decide which one is going to be the most influential and how we can make that a little bit more easier so that your calf doesn't get sore. Hope that helps, and any questions, give me a shout.